Okay, look, we got to talk about the Biden problem. I know, Joe Biden. Joe Biden, Joe Biden, Joe Biden, Joe Biden, Joe Biden, Joe Biden, Joe Biden. Now, we all know for the past 4 years, everybody in independent media across the political spectrum, be it right or left or in between, those that were brave to cross that Rubicon were one of the dauntless few that said, hey, there's something wrong with Biden mentally. Now, the thing is, if you were to say that, oh my goodness, you were going to get canceled. We had Morning Blow saying that this is the best Joe Biden period ever. But see, I remember the early or the waning days of 2019 and throughout the 2020 Democratic primary, where even the media pundits were saying that something was wrong with Biden. But then again, too, remember, the DNC was doing everything it can to derail the Bernie Sanders campaign, and they were throwing whatever they could at the wall, from Kamala to Bet on My Stork, Beto O'Rourke, Pete Buttigieg. Oh no, duck and dodge. Here comes Amy Klobuchar, thrown at the wall, and all of them stunk. They stank real bad. And so the DNC went with the tried and true method of going for Biden. But see, there's a great revelation. That is, Joe Biden wasn't all there day one in the office. I know, we're all shocked by it. And see, corporate media is going to be carrying that L for all eternity because corporate media dismissed this story. They said it was fake news, that none of it was true. But even throughout all of 2024, I mean, it looked like the dams finally broke. Like they really couldn't do anything to cover up their lies. And whatever I said about lies, you see, you could tell a well-constructed lie for quite some time, but lies like building a faulty house fall apart. Foundation may be weak. The roof is going to leak. The basement is flooding. The electricity isn't properly wired into the building. Oh no, there's no heating or AC. Oh no, the floors are falling apart. Oh no, the toilet's overflowing. All lies will be exposed. And as the great prophet of our time, Cat Williams once said, heroically,
all lies will be exposed.
And all lies will be exposed. And CNN and MSNBC, two well-established authoritative news sources, carried the banner that Biden was A-OK. But see, you can't defend somebody who has a history of corruption. You can't defend somebody who has been shown to be mentally incompetent, but also, again, looking at Biden's track record, controversial statement in a 3, 2, and an uno. Joe Biden's always been on the wrong side of history. He was against busing and desegregation. He was all for the credit card corporations to make student debt for what it is. I mean, this is the guy who wrote the crime bill, never apologized for it. Same Joe Biden said he'd gladly prostitute himself to corporations. Same Joe Biden who voted for the war in Iraq. Same Joe Biden who was good friends with a guy named Strom Thurmond. Yeah, look him up. You're going to be surprised. But that's what the media went to bat for. And it says so much about their character. So I'll pull up this video here. CNN abruptly ends a segment after her defense of Joe Biden's crimes. At least CNN hosts abruptly ends segment after her defense of Joe Biden's crimes completely falls apart. I mean, it's not pretty. It's not good. And CNN wonders why. Why they're losing audiences.
I'm still waiting.
Speculative?
After 4 years of Donald Trump.
Did money not change hands?
Scott.
Did it not?
4 years of Donald Trump, 4 years of a Joe Biden DOJ looking into these very things. I'm still waiting to see.
Well, he can't be charged. He's the president.
Right? I'm
Joe
still
Biden
waiting.
Can't be charged.
I'm not talking about charges. I'm still waiting to see the proof of Joe Biden enriching himself. I take his brother and his son, perhaps.
I'll give you the direct line.
Otherwise,
I'll give you the direct
your colleague, James Comer, could have produced the evidence, and he didn't.
He did. A Chinese company transferred money to a shell company owned by Hunter and Jim Biden that then transferred money directly to Jim and Sarah Biden's shell company that then transferred the money to Jim and Sarah's personal account, who then immediately wrote a check for $40,000 to Joe Biden. So to say that there was no evidence.
Hold on. Notice Notice again that when you bring up Joe Biden's crimes, the CNN hosts are probably going to get yelled at the producer in the ear. We're going to rewind that again just real quick. Because again, Trump is no saint or angel, but the fact that the media went to bat for Biden, covered up his crimes. I mean, how many times were you dismissed when you brought up on social media or at in-person events maybe Biden's own checkered past?
Chinese company transferred money to a shell company owned by Hunter and Jim Biden that then transferred money directly to Jim and Sarah Biden's shell company that then transferred the money to Jim and Sarah's personal account, who then immediately wrote a check for $40,000 to Joe Biden. So to say that there was no evidence, to say there was no evidence is not true. It's not true.
What I'm saying is that Trump was president for 4 years. He wanted to charge Joe Biden. Why did the charges not come? And I think that still remains an open question. If there is something illegal happening here, there should be charges on the basis of what you're saying, and there have not been.
Well, he just pardoned Hunter
that is
for an 11-year time
He
period.
pardoned Hunter Biden.
An 11-year time
He
period.
just wiped the slate.
Hang on, guys.
Jim will be next, by the way.
We're waiting for the charges, and when the charges come, we'll have a conversation about that. I promise you that. Solomon Jones, thank you very much for joining us, everyone.
Boy, wow! Real quick to end the segment there. Real quick to end the segment. real quick to end the segment in regards to Joe Biden's past, as well as the pardoning of Hunter Biden. I mean, is anyone not surprised by the hypocrisy of the Democrats? Is anyone not surprised by the hypocrisy of corporate media? Joe Biden pardoned his son for 11 years. 11 years for 11 years of charges, okay? Everything that happened between 2014 up until now. My goodness. No accountability. No justice. But see, that's what Joe Biden is known for, okay? He's always gotten involved in some very shady things. And he's always been on the wrong side. And if you were to bring this up, especially maybe 4 years ago, oh my goodness, you were going to get canceled. How dare you bring this up? Because we have to stop Trump in 2020. And now here we are, Trump's president again. Today is December 27th. In just a few short weeks, not including the 28th, okay? But we got 1, 2, 3 weeks until January 20th. 3 weeks until Trump gets sworn in. And yet, all of Biden's accomplishments, whatever he has done, his legacy is always going to be his past, his corrupt dealings, and how he's played a heavy role in designing the neoliberal nightmare we are in. And remember, it was corporate media that said that Joe Biden was fine. This is the same Joe Biden who looked so confused that the Italian prime minister had to pull him back into a photo as he was talking to somebody who wasn't there. Who wasn't there. You know, I'm trying not to feel sympathy for politicians. I'm doing the best I can without it, like, you know, coming back to me. But I think we've all have seen a relative or an older person who's losing their mental capacity, right? And you have the leader of the free world talking to an invisible person, you know? And just hold on. Let me see if I can find this video here. Because, again, it brings up my point. Italian Prime Minister and Biden. Hold on. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go, indeed. Just, we have to pull this up here. Let me just get this right. All right. There's Joe Biden. This is the best Joe Biden ever. And yes, to be clear here, there is a parachute guy, you know, over there in the side. But he's packing up his parachute, not even seeing Biden. And there's the Italian prime minister. All right, go on. Thank you, Italian prime minister. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you with all our hearts. Okay? That's the leader of the free world. That's the president. And that's somebody that corporate media went to bat for. And they wonder why they're losing the viewers. They wonder why they're losing everything. And this is the same Joe Biden who's also right now on a whole spree of trying to continue on with the funding for the wars, continue on with the corruption, and all the while being a hypocrite. So to vote blue, no matter who, people who, especially all of you who really enjoyed the highs of 2020 and throughout the other years of the Biden-Harris administration, now that you have egg on your face, we're going to be waiting for your apology, but I know that you're too prideful to say, "Hey, we got it wrong." I'm looking forward how you guys are going to adapt and change and what you're going to do for these 4 years under Trump and then going into 2028. You'll be an interesting case study, no pun intended.